Hey, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Rittz, aka Johnny Valiant, and you know why I'm smiling? Because today we're making Italian. Let's get it. Cheers. So my Italian menu today starts with chicken Parmesan. I'm gonna be doing this all day. As you can see, I'm part Italian. Not really, but the food is gonna taste authentic. We're gonna start off as an appetizer, a Caprese salad, or Caprese salad, Caprese, tomato, I'm f***ing Italian. I don't know how you pronounce it. Either way, it's gonna be delicious. You should try it at home. Let's get started on the Caprese salad with a little chicken Parmesan, or chicken parm, that's what cool people say. I'll have some chicken parm. So typically in a classic Caprese salad, it's nice slices of fresh tomato, some buffalo mozzarella, and some fresh basil. And that's about it. A little drizzle of olive oil, something like that. Definitely some salt and pepper. I'm gonna do mine a little bit differently. Instead of putting full basil leaves in there, I'm gonna make a nice basil vinaigrette to drizzle all over. Then we're gonna top it with a little balsamic glaze. So let's get started on our basil vinaigrette. A little bit of Dijon mustard, maybe a teaspoon or so. A little Dijon. I'm gonna take our basil. I'm just gonna pull it right off the stem and just tear it up inside of here. You're gonna want a lot of basil too. Let that basil stand out since it is a basil vinaigrette. Now we gotta add our vinegar. A little red wine vinegar, red pepper flake, and some honey. You need honey where there's vinegar. Combat the acidity. We're just gonna pulse that a little bit, blend it up before we put our oil in there. There we go. Look at about a 2-to-1 ratio of vinegar to oil. Scrape down the sides of your blender, make sure that basil's getting in there. Season with salt and pepper. One more blitz. We should have a nice basil vinaigrette. Wanna put the tender basil in the blender. Watch it spin around, making beautiful Italian. Let's taste it. It's good. Taste the basil nice and strong. That's what you want. You want to taste basil. Got some tang to it. Perfect. Put it in a bowl and we have our basil vinaigrette. Hey, put this on a salad. So I got some nice tomatoes here from the farmer's market. These are heirloom tomatoes. Use any tomato you want to. Anything you got. You can use some vine ripe tomatoes, plum tomatoes, anything you got. Yeah, these are just nice from the farmer's market. Nothing better than when somebody actually grows them in the summertime. You get some fresh tomatoes from somebody's garden. But I'm just gonna cut these with my serrated knife on the cutting board. I got these because they're tri-colored. You know, like I said, you don't have to do that. So it's nice on the plate. Nothing wrong with some fancy plating. Especially if you're dating a girl that's been waiting to give up their ass. No, I'm just You're gonna want to use your serrated knife anytime you're cutting tomatoes. It's a knife with the teeth on it. Makes it a lot easier to cut, and it's not gonna dull the blade out on your chef's knife. Stop the music. Make sure you always salt your tomatoes. So important. A little pepper, little details. So yeah, let's plate these tomatoes up. I'm gonna get to our mozzarella. What's it? Mozzarella. Whatever. These up. If you got one like this, see how that is? Hide it in the back. Look, now it's a perfect cut. No one could tell. Funny fact is, it's crazy. Growing up, I never really liked tomatoes, especially not by themselves. You know, I eat them on a burger here and there. It wasn't my favorite thing. Sometimes you develop a taste for things, and I'm telling you, putting salt on them, where you can taste where they taste like how a tomato's supposed to taste, you know, turn me into a fan. Don't give up on food. And just season them up. So let's chop up some tomatoes. So let's slice up. So let's slice up. Now I'm gonna cut up my cheese. I'm not gonna say it again. I'm gonna call it mozz, like parm, chicken parm. I'm cutting my mozz. Cutting my mozzarella. That's how I say it, mozzarella. What's the big deal? Cut these into nice slices. The hardest thing about this dish is not eating the mozzarella before you put it underneath the tomatoes. That's the hardest challenge of the whole thing, is not eating the cheese. I got cheese coming from overseas. Okay, so we're just gonna start plating. We're gonna tuck this mozzarella behind here. This mozzarella. This comes from, you know, being the color of the Italian flag. Of course, I got tri-colored tomatoes here, but you know, you'll see. That's where the origin comes from. Whatever's left over is the cook's. Remember that. So now, it's time to top it with our basil vinaigrette. Drizzle down. You don't want to add too much, just enough where they can taste it. It looks nice. Colors are crazy. People eat with their eyes first. That's what you do, so presentation is a big deal. What I've done over here is I've taken some balsamic vinegar, put it in a pot, kind of on medium-high heat, let it reduce by almost half to kind of get syrupy. So we're just gonna drizzle it with this too as well. Yum, looking good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my microphone, Parmesan Reggiano, and grate some of that over top. I'm gonna take some fresh chives, put a nice little dice on them, and sprinkle over the top. You get a nice little chive bite too. Tell me that doesn't look good. And that's it. That's my Caprese salad, starving artist style. Try it out. Let's give it a taste. A little tomato, mozzarella, got everything on it. Parmesan. So fresh. Taste every element. The basil vinaigrette, such a good alternative to just having the basil leaf on there. Sometimes that could be a little, you get caught up in eating a whole leaf. It's fun. Tastes like summertime, really. Try it out. Yummy.
Rittz, bitch! We out here in the Midwest side, nigga. Midwest?
Hell yeah.
Rittz, showing love, nigga.
That's what it is.
Rittz gang. Rittz gang.
Bitch. Okay, so we're making chicken Parmesan. We gotta grate our Parmesan cheese and just shred it. You shred it on a grater like this, which you probably got at home. I like to use a food processor and just cut it into smaller chunks and just drop it in. It's gonna make a little bit of noise. You pulse it a little bit to get it started, and then you can put it on 1 or 2. So. Okay, Parmesan cheese is grated. I'm gonna put this in a bowl. I'm gonna start making our marinara. Marinara. Now we're gonna start prepping the ingredients for the marinara sauce. Just your classic marinara sauce. So I got some San Marzano tomatoes here. Got a little oregano. And we're also gonna put a little bit of basil in it. Or basil, if you're from overseas. Basil is really delicate. If you go at it chopping it really hard, it can turn black. This is called a chiffonade. So you wanna roll it up, let your knife do the work. Chiffonade, which means in ribbons. I'm gonna break it down and finely chop it. And now for everybody's favorite food, garlic. So we got about 6 cloves of garlic here. I'm gonna smash them all, take off the paper, which who doesn't love garlic? For a marinara sauce, I like using whole tomatoes, whole plum tomatoes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take both of these cans with their juices, just go in and we just start crushing them up with our hands, just like this. Don't wear your favorite t-shirt. And it's gonna make a nice sauce, and you'll get little bursts of tomato here and there, or bursts of flavor. So I think I got it about right. Just takes a couple minutes. Get in there, and don't be afraid to get dirty. Get your hands all tomatoey. And just wash them off. And now we're ready to make our sauce, our gravy. So I got a big pot on medium heat. I'm gonna start by putting the olive oil in here. I'm gonna wait for the oil to heat up, but I'm also gonna flavor the oil with some red pepper flakes. Now it's time to put in 5 cloves of garlic. So what you don't wanna do is burn this garlic. It's very important. We got a nice golden color on the garlic. I'm gonna put on our tomatoes. It's gonna splash. That's what tomatoes do. Get them in there, give it a stir. Seems like a lot, but I'm gonna put almost a tablespoon of salt in there. Bam. Take my oregano that I chopped up earlier, and put all of it in there. It's about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons. Probably about a heaping tablespoon of sugar. A little bit of our basil, go light on the basil. And of course, with a salt, some black pepper. I'm gonna stir it up. It's already starting to bubble. Tomatoes will bubble up on you real quick. So now we got our water in the pot. Go ahead and put it on medium-high heat. I like putting a little bit of oil in my water. Make sure right now is the time to season your water with salt, a lot of salt. You want it to taste like salt water. This is the only time to season your pasta right now. So now my sauce is coming to a slight boil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a lid on it, reduce the heat, and let it just simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. We got a pack of spaghetti. We're gonna put it in the water with the oil and the salt. We're gonna cook it to the directions on the package till it's al dente, which means to the tooth. I might even take it out a little bit beforehand. We're gonna put it back in the pot with some of the sauce and let it all come together once that sauce just runs through the spaghetti. Here we go. Spaghetti in the water. I like oregano in my marinara. To me, it brings, I don't know, it just makes it taste, it just brings out the flavor of the time. I got a big piece of boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can see how thick it is. I got a different cutting board, so we're not spreading any germs. I'm gonna use a different knife. A good friend of mine bought me this knife. This is a ceramic knife. What you want to do is you want to try to find the middle of the chicken breast, and just go into it. So you can see I'm going through the middle, and this would be butterflying it, kind of opening it up as I go. So we're gonna cut this right in half. Got 2 pieces, pretty even in thickness. So That's that. It's time to pound them out. What you gotta do is take some plastic wrap, put it on top of your chicken. Don't go in here and, you know, like you got a problem with the chicken. We're gonna flip them over. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. Put a little bit of buttermilk in with the egg mixture, about a 1/4 cup. So we're gonna flour, egg mixture, breadcrumbs, our Italian seasoned breadcrumb. We gotta season everything with salt and pepper. So a lot of salt. There's a lot of flour, a lot of breadcrumbs here. My breadcrumbs on the outside, I'm gonna add about a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese that we grated earlier. It's gonna make it have a nice cheesy taste on the outside. Mix the salt and pepper in our flour. We're gonna mix our Parmesan cheese in with our breadcrumb. And our eggs, we're just gonna whisk them up. So we're ready to start dredging our chicken. So once again, a little salt, a little pepper. Season every layer. So we're going first into the flour, slightly coated, in the egg, into your breadcrumb. So that's what it should look like, just like that. Then you want to put it on a pan with a rack, and we're just gonna let that chill.
Yeah. Rittz, bitch.
So it's time to check the pasta, see if the pasta's ready. There's no other way to do it other than taste it. Yeah, it hurts a little bit. Pick it up. It's perfectly al dente. Okay, so now it's time to taste our marinara sauce. Make sure the flavors are right. It's been simmering for about 20 minutes. It's perfect. So I got my big frying pan and put some pure canola oil in it, good bit. And then we're gonna let that heat up, medium-high heat. Sprinkle some flour in there, it's gonna let me know. It's gonna start popping and let me know when it's time to put the chicken in. Chicken's gonna go about 3 minutes per side. In with our chicken Parmesan. That's a good sound to hear. Nice bubbly. As you can see right now, getting a nice little golden brown on it. That's what you wanna see, you see that? Nice golden brown, perfect. That's exactly what you want right there. Let's go ahead and flip the chicken. It's nice and golden brown on one side. Look at that. Perfect. I can just tell by grabbing it with my tongs how tender it is too. That is perfectly cooked. My chicken is golden on both sides. I'm gonna take it out. Just let it drain on the rack until you're ready to put the sauce and the cheese on it and stick it in the broiler. That was fucking good. Okay, it's time to put our chicken parm in the broiler. We'll take a ladle of our marinara sauce and spread it on the top of the chicken. Make sure it's nice and spread out. 2 slices of mozzarella cheese. I personally like a little bit of mustard on top. And this is gonna slide right into the broiler until it gets nice and golden brown. Put a little sauce inside of my frying pan. You can see it's nice and hot. So what I wanna do is, instead of putting the sauce on top of my spaghetti, I wanna put the noodles inside of the sauce so the sauce cooks into the noodles. I wanna put in a lot of Parmesan cheese, chicken Parmesan. Stir that right into the spaghetti. It's on like a medium-high heat. Okay, so now I'm about to plate up the spaghetti. I'm gonna put a little bit on the side, nice and red. Lay it nice on the plate, not to be fancy with it. What we've all been waiting for, the grand finale, the chicken Parmesan. Looks amazing. Okay, so let's plate it up. Our chicken Parmesan. Put it right on the side. Look at that. Look how cheesy. You know you wanna try that. It looks amazing. It's all finished, time to garnish. It's chicken parm, chicken Parmesan, chicken Parmesana. So we need more Parmesan cheese. Put on the spaghetti, a bit more on the chicken. We're gonna take our fresh basil, right over top of your chicken Parmesan. Put some on your spaghetti too. And that is my version of chicken Parmesan. Voila. Tell me I'm not Italian. Tell me I'm not Italian after you make this. Here we go, let's see what we got. Little chicken, little spaghetti. The chicken is so tender, so cheesy. It's just a classic dish. It's something that you'll be proud, you'll feel like a chef making it. Anybody comes to your house, be a show off, make them this dish. Chicken Parmesana. This is my Italian kitchen today. I'm Rittz, I'm the starving artist. Yeah. Peace. The fuck out of here.